So you guys remember that video I put out yesterday, completely about the experimental mode and how you can't play old games anymore. Ignore the stuff here. This is for another video. I'm actually putting research into it for once. First of all, I want to thank Kaneko Kitten for sending this to me. I would not have noticed it, unless he sent it to me. So, huge shout outs to him. But if we go to the Roblox's profile page, for example, we head over to, games. I'm assuming they mean that these are able to be played now. No, it's private. But, you see, this is a different thing. They didn't make the game public yet. But the difference is, now it doesn't say that you have to be friends with them, which we're going to get into the article right now. So let's go full screen and zoom all the way in. Hey developers, as you know, we announced, okay, whoops, I thought this was like a link to something important. Late last week that we made further changes to the playability of experimental mode games. This was not intended to be the answer to removing experimental mode, but rather a transitional step as we worked on a permanent solution. As of today, all the games on the Roblox platform are now set to non-experimental mode, meaning, you guys remember that game by Clockwork? You could just Google Clockwork Teapot. You see right here, you could play the classic Dodge the Teapots of Doom today, even though you weren't able to yesterday. And another example, I forgot to put here, Sword Fight on the Heights. You could also play this. There's 34 people playing it right now. And you see, that's just proof that, you know, you're able to play old games. Like, you see, I'm playing a very classic game right now. And it hasn't been updated in forever, and it functions properly. Let's keep going, though. Let's see. Let's emphasize how this change of removing experimental mode completely, positively impacts the platform. Increased security. Games set to experimental mode were extremely vulnerable to exploits where the client could tell the server what to do. This was a bad practice and led to many undesirable situations in the past. If you guys don't know what they're talking about all the news articles about Roblox, child predator. Like, you just search up Roblox child predator. You go over to news. You see, all this stories about whatever. I don't want to get into it. Basically, it was a lot of exploits that was going on in those games. Next, industry standard in game design is to avoid the client being able to make changes directly to the server. You see, I pointed this out in my video yesterday. I'm not sure if they watched my video yesterday, but I pointed out that cheat engine was able to work, all this other stuff was able to work, because you were able to tell the client what to do, and the server would be like, alright, no problem. But no other game does that. And I don't know if I made the analogy, but CSGO, for example, doesn't even do that. It doesn't really trust the client. Whatever, it's a long process of explaining that I'm really lazy and I don't want to do. Basically, like, you can't tell the server stuff that isn't happening, basically. All the classic games that were made unplayable for users are now open to visit again. I told you guys that it would happen, but it didn't. But please note, these games may not work properly if they were created in the experimental mode. Classic games and created in experimental mode don't go together, okay? I'm sorry, but classic games were never made in experimental mode. They were made before this thing even existed. Let's see. The website will still display the tag. Note that this is temporary. Studio still has the setting. Developers who were previously affected by it should have their stuff automatically resolved. If you publish a new game, it's no longer to play it once for other people to play it. I think this is a very, very good update. Thank you, Roblox, for listening. A lot of people were making videos about it. I wasn't the only one. I was actually one of the last ones to do it because I didn't want to do it. But yeah, basically, I'm just really happy Roblox listened. This is just a little update because it's really important. Thank you guys for watching, though. And the video that I was just referring to up on the top, and I'm doing research, don't worry, it's coming soon. Anyway, thank you guys for watching, and goodbye.